What up? We're back, and we've got another review for you today. As you saw in the title card, I got myself a little dash cam. So let's do this! And we're back. Yes, back. It is time to do the... And we're back. Yes, back. And it's time to do the unboxing. So here I have the Vehicle Black Box DVR. So this one here is advertised on Amazon for $49.99. So you see it there. And so here it is magically in my possession. And so I just love snapping my fingers today. And so first things first, it's got this white insert box. It says it's a full HDR camera with motion detection, loop recording, built-in speakers and microphones. Has the ability for rear view, 170-degree angle. Maybe I should just freeze this right there so you can see all those things for yourself. And on the back, it looks like, nutrition information? No, not quite. It's product specs. All right, so Max supports a 32 gigabyte, and this was sold as a people commonly bought with on Amazon. So let's see what you get in the box. And so first things first, looks like this is the main dash camera. Oh, cool. It's an iPod Touch with a zoom lens on the front. Wow, it looks just like any normal digital camera from 30 years ago. There's a power button on the side, and that's about it. Full HD. So that looks like your control interface. Oops, almost let it roll off into oblivion. And then we have our power adapter, which I'm hoping it has a built-in battery. And then this looks like our rear camera here. And this must be mounting hardware as well. And so, user's manual. That's fun. So the reversing camera, that's my dilemma. Should I put it in the rear of the a warranty card? That's exciting. Should I put the reversing camera in the rear end of my car, or should I have it record my passengers? Because I don't know if I want this for security, for backing up and hitting other cars, or if this should be trying to make sure that my passengers, if those of you don't know, if I drive Uber, make sure that my passengers don't steal anything or get in fights. I mean, generally I live in Pittsburgh and everybody's been pretty cool. I don't generally have too much issue with passengers stealing anything or not being cool. And so hopefully that continues and we don't have to worry about that stuff. But there is always the problem of dealing with other people on the road. So let's see if there's any charge on this thing. And that's ooh, it turns on. And so there you go. Check that out. That's exciting. It says low battery, but no storage. Looks like we have no time to play with it right there. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing all set up and unboxed and put it out in the van, and we'll see exactly what it's looking like. We're back. We got our dash cam here. We got our rear view mounted camera, and we've got our power cable. So let's go ahead and get started with the power cable, which, boy, I'll tell you, if you wanted to take the time to route this power cable, you certainly do have enough length here. I mean, this thing would certainly wrap around, go up over the dashboard, and wrap all the way back around to your center console in pretty easy fashion. So it looks like they gave you a nice length of cord here. You can go plug it into the cigarette lighter there, go down and underneath the floor mats and up alongside the outside of the window, which is probably what I'm going to do right here, just for quick demonstrating purposes. And then I still have this much cable to get it to the middle. Now, one thing that whenever I was off camera, I was really having difficulties with was plugging in the SD card here. And so the SD card it's going in, but it is not snapping into place like it should. And so if I hold it in place, we're good. It says an hour and hour and 40 minutes. That's it. Maximum hour and 40 minutes. Boy, that is either how much is used or... Yeah, and it definitely needs to be snapped in place. Like, there's no question about it. This thing is not clipping in. Aha, there we go. I just needed to use something sharp for it. Okay, so can I record? All right, so it is recording now, and so I'll be able to put that footage into the video that I'm doing here. It sounds like a telephone. Now it says an hour and 39, so there's really only an hour worth of footage to be had on this thing. And how do I... Oh, I'm holding down the button again. Oh, man. So here's what it would look like from the front of the car. So it looks like you probably want to mount it up pretty high. This is supposed to be a 170-degree viewing angle. Ooh. I don't know, folks. I may have definitely gone too cheap on this thing here. And then where do I plug in the rear view camera? Of course, the rear view camera is right here in my possession. So, oh, it's like a headphone jack on the side. I see it. Okay, let's plug that in. Oh man, it's got a flashlight built in too. How weird. And so, oh, goody, goody. There's the backup view. So let's record that. Oh, check that out. It's upside down. Yeah, that's really kind of nice. So I was thinking mounting it like this, where I'd be able to see the passengers in the back. Just mounting it right there on the lights up here, and having it just facing the facing the passengers. I thought that would be the best way to go. But you see all this extra wire that's going to be associated with doing that. So man, that is definitely feet and feet and feet of wire. But I figured just having it placed right there would be the best way to go, so that I have my cameras in car. Of course, maybe that way it's got me in it too. See the way I'm acting. Oh yeah, that would fit really nicely right there. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing mounted and see exactly what we come up with. But the rear view camera would be nice for backing up, and then buy a separate camera for in the car would be a good way to go. I don't know. I haven't really thought it through. But it does look like it has some amount of battery life if you want to just go ahead and connect it through battery life. And I wash my windshield often enough. It should be sticky. Let's see what we get when I hook this thing up. Oh, look at that. That's cool. So now I've found the access to the record camera mode. 1 megapixel. Okay, so here we are in the van. And you can see I've got my wire run up and around, and so it's sticking out a little bit right there. Let's go ahead and take care of that. And it follows the A pillar right there. And I did end up just throwing a little piece of tape on just so I can go do a ride today, and I don't have to worry about taking my A pillar off at the current moment. And it goes down around, and then it goes up over the, I don't know if I can get to see it. It goes up over the steering column and down into the side of the center console. I can't get my camera to turn. Go on, you stupid awesome. What's wrong with you? There it goes. I guess it's just too harsh of an angle for it. There it is. And so I put a little piece of tape there just to hold that in spot. And then it comes alongside the center console, plugs into the... But nonetheless, I have this mess of wires up here from... That is the rear view camera. And so I just have it mounted right there so you can see kind of, there I am. That's the view. And so compare it to the windshield. You can see pretty much a little bit beyond the borders of this camera. So I guess it is 180 degrees, because 170 degrees, because it is picking up my shelving. Not getting a good, there it is, picking up my shelving on this side, and on this side it's picking up is it picking up the Uber and Lyft stickers? Yeah, it is a little bit. So yeah, so that is the Uber and the Lyft stickers in the corner. So you can see how much wider of an angle that actually is. Now let's test it out in, go ahead and switch it over to the nighttime. It's nighttime. And so we'll see what it looks like without having too much overexposure. Yeah, those windows are still just overexposing the camera like crazy. But you can get a good picture of what it would look like inside the dash. Inside the inside camera. Let's pull that door shut and see what it's going to look like on the interior camera as soon as the overhead lights dim out. Yeah, those are off. And so that's what it's going to look like in the view of the camera here. Inside of the cab. So if I put the lights on, so we'll give you a little idea of what the sound is like here inside the cockpit with the camera rolling. And I'm guessing that it sounds pretty vibratory. And so I'm going to try it now with the windows up. So now that's windows up. I don't know if it got much clearer, but let's go see what it's like rolling down the street. So we'll give you a little idea of what the sound is like here inside the cockpit with the camera rolling. And I'm guessing that it sounds pretty vibratory. And so I'm going to try it now with the windows up. So now that's windows up. I don't know if it got much clearer, but let's go see what it's like rolling down the street. Alright, here we are driving down the road. Sounds like, probably hear my turn signal